Check, check, check. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And we're back again. So, a couple of days ago, I think if it's not a week actually, I don't recall if it's a week or not. My memory is trying to fail me a little bit right now. I was having a conversation with a dear colleague, and we were having, I was having these kind of a complaint, I would say, about my personal, personal issue that I have, and that is basically being committed to. Oh wait, hold on a second. That's the first basically that's going on over here. There's no basicallys anymore. I'm just trying to get rid of this. Anyhow, so I was having a conversation with a dear colleague. I was explaining a certain issue that I have, and I'm pretty sure that some of you actually have the same issue, and that is being able to be committed to sports. Now, bear in mind, again, let me re-explain myself. What does this podcast address? There's no topic. There's no specific topic that I'm going to come here and try to talk about. It's not pretty much a specific topic. Maybe future-wise, we're going to address some particular topic that's going to be very clear as we progress. But for now, I'm just going to talk about a lot of things, different things that I myself go through life, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you also kind of experience. So we were having a conversation, and that conversation was me not being able to commit to sports. Now, 100% of the people who are listening to this and watching this, you're going to say, you're going to be out of your mind to even bring out, these kind of topics and stuff. You don't do sports, Hassan? That's ridiculous, because you look like a person who does sports. Yes, I used to do sports a lot. I used to play in local team. It's not a professional local team. Back on my town, Nakhal. Shout out to Nakhal, by the way. I used to do sports. I used to be a very hardcore football player. I miss those days. Hopefully, we'll be able to come back as I have injury now. And now I'm not. Now I'm not 100%, or let me not say 100%. I'm not committed to it. For me, it used to be a very crucial thing to do. Now I try to find the easiest, the most simple excuse for me not to participate in any sport activity, which is basically the easiest one is to go for a jog or for a run. And I was explaining to him that I have this issue, and I'm like, well, I'm having this issue. I find myself not being able to commit to run, in the morning, in the evening, after work, before work, whatever. And it's an issue for me, and I try to convince myself that it is basically that I don't have time, and this is an illusion that a lot of us actually have. You go to work, you wake up in the morning, you probably, you eat your breakfast or whatever. Most people actually, they don't eat breakfast anymore for some reason. And then you go to work, you do your work, you do your 9 to 5. You come from work and, you ate your lunch at work or whatever. You come back to home and it's dead boring after that. There's nothing to do, It's just you're tired, you're exhausted, you can't do anything. Life is just, it established itself as a certain pattern. There is a certain routine that you follow every day. You might find comfort in it when it comes to not, being engaged in any physical activity. But for some reason, you're feeling like crap. You're not 100%. You don't feel like it's just heavy, and that's the kind of feeling that I was feeling. Now, my work demands me to be sometimes available on call, and that is basically a very excellent excuse for me to tell myself, to send these very negative messages that, well, Hassam, you've been working and stuff, you have a lot of things going on, you don't need to work, you don't need to run, you don't need to do that. I mean, you might, but you can't do it, you have too many things going on. You wake up in the morning and you do your breakfast and stuff. You wake up probably at 9, sometimes at 8 or whatever. You go to work, you work hard, hopefully, and then you come back from work and you're exhausted, and sometimes you're just engaged, super engaged in meetings. You go to the meetings and then you come back home and time is up. There's no room for running or anything. And every time, the main issue, which I was addressing with my dear colleague, the main issue was that I am a very competitive person towards myself. And that is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing that you don't look around you to find motivation or to find, to find the urge to basically push yourself harder. It's all a win kind of, system that complements itself. It's bad because if you feel, which I was going through, if you feel that you're not able to outperform yourself, you basically give up before even trying. Messed up. It's a messed up thought, and that messed up thought is what I was having, and that's when I was trying to talk to my friend and ask him basically to kind of let's have this conversation. Sometimes I do know the answer already, but I just would like to have a conversation from someone who's not on my shoes to tell me that this is what you should do. Now, my dear colleague, he said, well, Hassan, so what's the issue? It's like, okay, so I have this tracking device. It's a Huawei watch. It's a very good watch, actually, which tells me the activity using the Google Fit app, tells me my activity for my previous exercise, for my previous workout. And three weeks ago, I did 9 kilometers. And those 9 kilometers is like, that's what I should beat. And if I can't run more than 9 kilometers, then I should not probably run, because if I do that and I can't reach 9 kilometers, I'm going to feel bad, and it's natural. I mean, it's natural to where I was viewing it. I'm like, if I can't do 9 kilometers, that means that I should not run. I should run when everything is set up, when I have the proper shoes, when I have the proper mood. Crap. That is crap. And that's what I was doing. He was like, well, that's not a very difficult case. You just stop tracking yourself. You don't need to run 9 kilometers. And he gave me an example. He was like, some of those people who actually run very long distance marathons, they do not do that. They do not try to outperform themselves. I mean, mainly they do not try to outperform themselves every day. First, you need to create a habit. And that habit is basically running. Running is a habit, it's something once you get used to, that's it. It's in you, it's part of your day, you have to do it, you have to make it happen. Once it becomes a habit, then you can start build it up to basically be something else. I mean, here's the thing, this logic or this kind of concept does not probably apply to everyone, but I'm 100% sure that, or let me say, I'm 99% sure, because you're not sure about anything, basically 100%. I'm 99% sure that a lot of people have kind of the same issue, and that is basically I need to outrun my previous performance. It's the competitive nature that we have. He was like that, stop tracking yourself and start doing 30 minutes a day. You don't even need to do 30 minutes a day. Every day, have yourself a moment where you go, you put on your shoes, and you start running. That's it. That's all what you need to do. Go for a run. Don't take the watch. Try to estimate 30 minutes of run every single day. Watch if it's basically could work, of it doesn't work. And then come to me and tell me basically what's happened. So I'm like, that's I should have known that, but I wasn't paying attention because sometimes you just need someone to tell you to do things that you already know, and I needed that from my dear colleague. So I did that. I started doing it, and this is my third day on a row doing the same thing. Sometimes I don't even do 30 minutes, but at least I'm back on running. And automatically you just feel the change in your body. You're lighter, you're more kind of active. For example, today probably is the longest day I had in the week. And today is, by the way, it's weekend, you know, it's Thursday here, and Thursday is weekend. And I'm here doing podcast at 1:30 a.m. I just actually was sitting with one of my closest friends. We were sitting for probably 2 hours, having a very good time. And before that, I was in a meeting, and before that, I was at work at 8 p.m. And before that, I was at work 9 to 5. And there is energy left. There is no excuse. And I tell myself this before I'm telling everyone. And this is no motivational kind of speech. I mean, some people might get the motivational aspect out of it, but this is not motivational. I'm just here discussing some real stuff that happens throughout your day. I'm pretty sure this happens throughout a lot of people's day. So he was like, just do that. And I find myself just very much self-driven. I just, just explode with an energy. Like I just want to do stuff. Because that what gives you the motivation to push yourself, is not to try to measure what did you achieve. Good stuff, sometimes you need it. Maybe on a later stage when you have it as a habit, you can basically start measuring your stuff if you try to achieve something even greater than that. But to maintain this kind of behavior, this kind of habit, that's a gateway for you to be able to do sports. Because most of us, when we start working, when we get a job and we start working, and I guarantee you for all the people who are still unemployed, wait for it, it's coming, 100%, it's coming. You're a very good football player, you like playing football, it's coming, wait for it. When it comes, start working, easiest thing could basically provoke you to not be engaged in sports. And I had that, and I was a hardcore sports person. Literally, I've never imagined myself in one bit that one day I'm going to grow a small belly, and it's there, but it's fading now because I have to discipline myself, of course. So probably the theme will be now, if I want to just redirect the conversation, bring it back, home, is how do you manage your time throughout the day? There's a lot of people who complains. Me first, I'm the biggest complainer in this universe. I know that from myself, but at least I do something about it. Like I like to complain, it's just sometimes it happens without me noticing, but I do something about it. So you have a lot of people who complain and say that, oh well, I would like to run, but I just don't have time, or I'd like to do that, it's just I don't have the bottle, or I would like to do that, but I cannot do that, or I'm just too busy, it's just that I'm not in the mood, I'm feeling down or whatever. Well, there is a saying, or there is a statement I heard, I believe, I'm not sure if it was from a podcast or a video or a radio station, but this guy apparently is an expert. He was like, if you don't want to subscribe to a gym, and by gym basically mean that getting involved in the sports and stuff, you're basically accepting a free subscription to all of the diseases that could get you from not doing sports. Blood sugar, blood pressure, blood sugar also. Other stuff that are associated with not being involved in sports and having this obsession or commitment to junk food and stuff, and not monitoring your diet and not controlling your diet, not eating well and stuff. All of this gives you a free subscription to the hospital. When I heard that, I was like, ooh, ooh, oh, that hurts, that hurts because I'm kind of, find myself really subscribed to the service. No one wants to have the service. No one wants to be subscribed to the service. I'm like, I should do something about it. First thing, teach yourself commitment. Part of it, let's start a podcast and let's commit to it. Now, I'm not going to be posting every day because until I get everything sorted out, but I'll try my best to do that. Thank you very much. So, first step, commitment. Build a commitment culture to yourself. Once you do that, once that is settled, that's it. You can start moving to the next thing. So now, every single day, there is 2 commitments that I have to attend to. Number 1, I have to do the sports parts. Even if it was 3 minutes, it has to be there. I have to wear my shoes. I have to go down. I don't care if I was standing next to the where I'm living. I have to wear my shoes and I have to stand next to the place that I live in. Even if I don't run, I just want to do it because if you get it as a habit, then that's it. Most probably you're going to do it. There is a high probability that you're going to do it. But if you don't wear the shoes, you will never do it because you never put yourself on that position that you actually need to do it. Commitment. That's my first commitment. My second commitment, I said, I'd like to actually talk about this. Talk about a lot of stuff. Part of it, this is what I'm talking about now, and other stuff basically that's in my head or things that I experience in life and stuff. So I'm like, let me just have 1 hour a day that I'm going to dedicate for podcast. Now, whether I'm going to post that podcast on that particular day or I'm just going to do it for a different day. But 1 hour should be allocated for podcast. So commitment. And I find myself now getting into it. It's very nice. It gives you a very nice feeling to wake up every day, every morning. You wake up 2 hours, 3 hours before you go to work. I don't care what time do you sleep. I don't care if you sleep at 2, at 1. I don't care. You have to wake up at least 1-2 hours before work. You have to do that 30 minutes or less workout. That's all what you need to start. 30 minutes, less, more, as much as you can do. Start with 30 minutes, probably. That's the best, that's the lucky number, 30. So, that's how you find time. That you find time by putting yourself basically in that position. Once you have that, then basically you're ready to tackle the day. Go through the day, try to have as much positivity and determination as possible. Because in this world, this is the only way to survive. If you don't have that, you're just gonna end up sad. You're gonna end up, feeling like you're constricted. You're gonna feel like everything is not good. You're gonna feel like everything is just boring. Everything is not worth it. Wherever all of this negativity, no sir, no ma'am. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Keep it to yourself. It actually sounds like a very motivational kind of speech, but it's not. It's just me coming here, talking to this microphone, talking to you, of course, and just talk about real stuff. Real stuff. Censored. I cannot say anything. So, that's where basically you can start teach yourself some discipline. For all of these people, probably this is a dedication for all of these people who are going through these kind of issue, if I can call it an issue, who are going through an issue that I don't have time to run, I don't have time to do sport. Wear your shoes. 30 minutes a day. Start tomorrow. I don't care. Weekend, why not? What's the 1 hour? You have 20 hours a day. 1 hour. 60 minutes. 40, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10. You see how simple it is? 10 minutes, 10. I already did 20 minutes. I started talking 20 minutes ago, by the way. flies, time flies. Do it 30 minutes a day, and then watch yourself basically trying to get improved. Now, there is a lot of things I wanted to talk about, but time is up already because 20 minutes, I'm trying to stick to 20 minutes so that I don't want to make this boring. Probably there is any feedback for this to be any longer. Maybe I try to extend it, but I'm just sticking with 1 hour to do the whole thing. To 20 minutes, basically the topic, and then we can move on to the next thing, which is basically the editing and whatever. And hopefully this is going to be more advanced. I'm trying to have it live stream, no cuts, no edits, nothing. Because again, there's no topic whatsoever. I'm just gonna sit here. Sometimes I'm gonna bring people. Actually, I'm very glad that some of you actually already wanna come and wanna participate on this. Very, very much appreciate the love and the support. Very much thank you for all of the people who proposed that they wanna be on this. No problem. Promise you, all of you who proposed, you're going to come here. We're going to have a random, normal conversation, whatsoever topic that you want to talk about, as long as we are within the boundaries, of course. And then it should be no problem. So, just one thing I'd like to note, I would be traveling basically for 7 days. So I'll be out of the country. And I will not be able, of course, to record because I'm not carrying this, and I'm going for a business trip from work, of course. And then when I'm coming back to basically doing this because I started enjoying it. So thank you, everyone, for attending this. Hopefully, whatever I delivered today gave you that kind of boost to do something about your lazy life. Start working. And start wearing them shoes, because it's the only way you can unsubscribe to the hospital, my brother and my sister. You know, get that subscription in the gym, start wearing them shoes, and start running. Thank you very much for listening, watching. See ya.